Hey, beautiful mamacita, welcome back to Her Nature. Excuse my voice today because I'm definitely feeling a little sick, and I love to gaslight myself and tell myself that it's just allergies, but no, I think that I am straight up sick. But for me, I love actually doing things that I love to do when I'm not feeling good instead of sitting at home in bed all day. This is genuinely giving me life. So God forbid a girl just does whatever she wants to do. And speaking of that, this whole topic has kind of come up for me because last weekend was Mother's Day weekend. I posted a TikTok saying, if you genuinely love to hang out with your mother-in-law and your mom and all your kids on Mother's Day and go to them, love that for you. But let's not put pressure on young moms that are running around to try to please everybody when this day is supposed to be about you. And unfortunately, it blew up. Unfortunately, not in a good way. And I had a bunch of angry grandmas in my TikTok comments saying that I was being selfish and that, if they had to do it, if they had to be the ones stressed out running around with kids to see all of the grandmas when they were my age, then I should too. And I fear that I disagree. And there were a lot of iconic moms and grandmas in the comments backing me up on this, saying, you know what? God forbid a girl takes the day for herself on Mother's Day. It really got me thinking about motherhood and how inherently being a mom, having children, is incredibly sacrificial. There is so much sacrifice, selflessness, sleepless nights that just come with having children. And you can either take that challenge and roll with it, have strong boundaries, and do what feels right to you to be your best self as a mom and really show up, or you can try to be a martyr, do everything right, and then you'll still be burnt out and exhausted and a miserable, ugly, sad mom, like all of these people in my TikTok comments. I truly feel like being a martyr when you're a mother is selfish. Being a martyr is saying, I can do everything for everybody. I don't have boundaries. I'll do anything you want. And pushing back people being disappointed in you when in reality, you will disappoint them at some point. At some point, you're going to get exhausted. You're going to crash out. And then you'll disappoint them at that point. And what's hilarious about being a martyr as a mom is that you can push, and try to be everything for everyone and see everybody on Mother's Day and be everything at once. But oftentimes, nobody is even asking for you to do that. So it's I see so many moms do the most to try to be everything for everyone and please everybody. And then they resent everybody around them that they're trying to show up for when that's a you problem, girl. Nobody is even asking you to do all of that. Often when you're a mother, it is praised to stay home all day, be with your kids, take them to go do things, be involved with their school, give up your career, give up your identity, give up your sleep, give up everything that you love and who you are to then trade it in for being a mom. But it doesn't have to be this way. And I think that women my age are finally starting to wake up to this, that you can both be an incredible mom, set a great example for your kids, and have an identity outside of all of that. So today I thought I would share some selfish habits as a mom when really it's just being a human being. And I just want to clarify that selfish shouldn't be damaging to people. Selfish isn't a hurtful thing. It's become a dirty word, but it only is disrespectful to the people who love seeing you down bad. They love taking advantage of you having no boundaries and being depleted. I loved seeing the people in the comments on my TikTok being like, I'm a grandma and I love seeing my grandkids throughout the year whenever my kids are able to bring them by, but I'm never going to pressure my child to force their way over to my house on Mother's Day to be with me. I want to see my adult child live their best life with their family. And we all deserve that. I love to see that. And there were so many moms that had young kids commenting saying, oh my gosh, it's been 16 years of me literally packing up my whole family, going to my mother-in-law's house and like doing yard work with her and spending it with her while I sit there and help cook for the whole family. It's not selfish to want to spend time with your beautiful little family on Mother's Day. It's not selfish to go get your nails done and ask for some help. Okay, too many of us have the good girl wound, and I'm guilty of that, but it just elongates letting people down when you're people pleasing and when you have no limits. You don't need anything. You as a mother, more than ever before in your whole life, have needs. And if you don't realize it now and protect those needs, then it will lead to some form of crash out and it will become an emergency situation. So being selfish as a mom is actually preventative care for not only you, but everyone around you. Selfishness is a prerequisite to being the best you that you can be. Selfishness is a prerequisite to displaying to your children that they should be living for them, not for their kids and not for you as their mom. Number one, you need a hobby, whether that is volunteering. It also could be working for fun or for money, or doing things just for fun for you. I have a whole episode on this, Mommy Get a Hobby, that covers it more in depth, but having joy and inspiration and creativity and belonging and community outside of being a mother is so key for us. It's so important. And I know how hard it can be, especially with multiple kids, to have time for a hobby. Okay? But basic mom hobbies are a thing for a reason. Going on walks with the kids, going to the park and letting them play while you read a book or crochet, getting together with other moms and gardening with them while the kids go play, asking for support from your friends or your family or your partner, and having that assistance so that you can go have you time to do whatever you want to do. And I feel like a lot of moms either go to work or they stay home all day with the kids. And then they have like their family life of like making dinner and going grocery shopping. And then they have self-care, which is obviously really important, like making sure that you feel like your best self. But where is the fun in that? Just for you, mom. Not self-care like going and getting a pedicure, which is it's obviously getting a pedicure is its own fun in its own way, but true enjoyment, going back to the things that brought you joy before you were a mom or an adult. And a way to figure out your mommy hobby today is to think about yourself as a little girl. What did she like to do? Did she like to run around outside? Did she love to play soccer? Did she love to color? How can that translate into an adult hobby now? It could literally be dancing to Shania Twain in your kitchen. It could be volunteering at your church. It could be going to an art walk. It could be doing tennis with your husband. It could be getting together with your girlfriends and doing a clothing swap. I'm part of a gardening club right now of a bunch of women, and we go to each other's houses and garden with each other. Like, there are so many options to meet up with other moms as well. Look on Facebook, okay? Facebook groups. Find a hobby there. I feel like if we don't protect our hobbies, we are cooked, because it's always the women who continue to age and then they're empty nesters. And if they don't have any hobbies, they put all of their importance and identity on their children. But by that time, their children are grown up, they have their own damn kids, and then grandma's like harassing them and wants to be a part of every little piece of their life because they don't have core friendships, core relationships. They don't have hobbies and things that they love outside of their kids. And we love a caring grandma. I am not a grandma hater, to all of you Karens on my TikTok. We love a grandma who cares about her children. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the grandma that my kids don't want to have around. I don't want to be the grandma that is calling up my son's future wife saying, hey, when are you going to have me over? Mother's Day is coming up. So what should I bring over? Or when are you coming to my house? Another one is not being accessible to everyone all the time. And it's tough when we have our phones that we feel like we have to reply to everyone when they text us. We have to give them a call back within 5 minutes when they call us. And if we're unable to make something, or if the answer is just no, we feel like we need to over explain ourselves. So don't feel like your energy field is anyone's to walk all over. Don't feel like you need permission slips from everyone around you to make choices in your life. Feminine energy and kind of sinking into that as a mom, I feel like often people say it makes you so much softer. I feel like a lot of women, actually, it's the opposite. It makes them more strong. It makes them know exactly who they are, who they want to be with, what they want to do, what's a yes to them, what's a no to them. You need to be protective of that by not being accessible. Number 3, focus on being hot. And when I say that, I have an episode on how to be hot. It's not about looking a certain type of way. It's about feeling a certain type of way, having MILF energy, being that bitch. It's self-care. It's your health. It's your mental health, going to therapy, going on walks, prayer, journaling, eating things that are good for you, making yourself so confident that you're making choices that reinforces that same confidence. When I was on my little family getaway for Mother's Day over the weekend, my man got me a massage, love that. And I had thanked the woman who was massaging me. I said, thank you so much for doing this, because she was a mother too. I said, it's Mother's Day weekend. I really love that you are like taking the time to do this for me. Thank you so much. And she told me, this is my life work. Like, I genuinely love to give people relief and have them experience the therapy of physical touch. And she said, especially for moms, what it does is like put them in a better mood. So not only does it affect the person that she's touching, but everyone around her. And that was such a light bulb moment for me. I was like, taking care of yourself and feeling like that bitch, focusing on being hot in all the ways, is the most selfless thing that you can do for everyone around you. If we all took care of ourselves a little bit more, the world would be a better place. Another way to be selfish as a mom is to protect your peace, have boundaries, say no, and know that your needs matter. And when you are the voice for your needs, you are the voice for your whole family unit and everyone around you. It's your responsibility as the mother figure, as the lioness, to be protective over the energy of your children. And by saying no, you're doing just that. I think that I've struggled in the past with having boundaries because I've felt like it was maybe being rude or not making everybody else happy. But there is such a difference between having zero boundaries and being go with the flow and making people feel special while also overriding what matters to you and self-sacrificing to a point that turns you into an ugly bitch. So something that helps me with all of that is keeping in my softness and communicating, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't have the space for that, but I appreciate it. No, thank you. I am unable to work with you at this time, but it means a lot to me that you want to work with me. No, thanks. We won't be able to make it this weekend, but you guys have a great barbecue. That sounds like a lot of fun. It doesn't need to be ugly. It can still be a no. And my last tip is to have a little bit more whimsy in your day. I used to have a perfectly aesthetic house before I was a mom, and I really felt like a lot of pride in my space, and I felt like I could relax into it because I would mop the floors all the time. It was squeaky clean. I'd always have candles going, and it just felt like this fresh space. These days, no, there's toys everywhere. We've got the potty training toilet seat on top of the toilet. So every time I want to go pee, I have to like pull it off and throw it to the side. It's gross. I have a little boy, so he's just running around everywhere. We're in the middle of potty training right now. The fridge has just got like pouches and snacks everywhere. And my house is no longer aesthetically pleasing. These are the sacrifices we give up as mothers. And at the end of the day, it's not that important. But how can I still create a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of romance in my day-to-day? Getting some fresh flowers from the farmer's market and putting them on my table. Even though there's T-Rexes and race cars all over the table, at least I have my little flowers there to allow me to say, you know what? My whole life isn't taken by this. It can be a duality. It can be both that my life is feeling overcome by motherhood, because it really does change everything, while also having the smallest bit of myself, of things that make me happy as a person, not only as a mom. Adding more whimsy doesn't just need to be things that you buy. It could be slowing down. It could be romanticizing making your coffee in the morning and sitting out on the porch, letting your kids play and letting the sun touch your face and just smiling. Sometimes I do that where if I'm in a bad mood, I'll just like close my eyes and force myself to smile. It sounds so crazy, but it just like makes you feel good to like work those muscles, like actually put a smile on your face or like laugh. Like sometimes you have to put yourself in kind of a whimsical, weird mood of lightness to feel an ounce of that reality in the days that feel like there's nothing left. Taking yourself a little less seriously. I am very type A, but I love now to just like have a little less seriousness. Put on an accessory like these glasses I put on today just because I was like, fuck it, they're kind of fun. I want to be a fun mom. I don't want to be an uptight mom with a stick up my butt. Kids love a childhood where they feel invited to play. They feel invited to feel whimsy. Let's not let this harsh world and all of the stresses in adult life pull us into an energy that isn't inviting that. I don't know. I just feel like I want my son to grow up seeing me enjoying my life, God forbid. I want him to know that when he grows up, he can still love his life. He can still do things that bring him joy outside of being a dad one day. I want him to know that when he has a wife one day, that she can go spend time with her girlfriends. She can go get her nails done or go smack around a tennis ball, and that doesn't make her a bad mom. Ultimately, it's showing our children that this is their life, not ours. They can live for them. They can live for their future children, and they also can live for their extended family. Like, that's beautiful too, to feel purpose in a whole tree of people. They can live for their friendships. They can live for their hobbies, but they don't feel like they have to live for us as mothers. That is so weird and toxic. And even though it feels a little controversial these days to be a woman that is dynamic and more than just being a mom, it is a walking permission slip for other women to do the same. The only reason why I'm even able to talk about this and feel so passionately about this now is because I saw my mom do it. I see the mothers around me do it. And it's so beautiful to see women live their truth and embrace who they are, grow themselves outside of this one singular role, and then bring all of that passion, all of that energy, all of that confidence back into what really matters, which is our little family. At the end of the day, like, I want to be the best me I can be by working my body, eating healthy, feeling inspired, because at the end of the day, I want to be the best me I can be for my children. It's not selfish, it's selfless. You are allowed to be a mom and be alive and beautiful and energetic and excited about life. You're allowed to be a mom and not be chained to your kid's wrist all of the time. If you love that, if you love being with your kid all the time, we love that too. But being an exhausted, miserable woman who feels forced to not have any identity outside of motherhood because you feel like that's what doing the right thing is not cute. And oftentimes it's a woman who once felt like they had to do that who are judging the women who choose not to. Whether you are a working mom, you're a stay-at-home mom, a mother of many, a homebody mom, whether you're a mom who takes her kids on adventures all the time, a single mom, a mom of one child. It doesn't matter as long as you are mothering from fullness and not depletion. Being a mother is naturally depleting and exhausting. And if you feel that way, it's because you're damn good at it. That's what it takes to be a mom who is doing the most for her children, okay? But if we know that that's what it takes to be a good mom is dishing out our energy constantly at service of others, we have to understand that the other side of that is filling our own cup and making sure that we're taken care of first. Thank you so much for listening. If you're a mother, you deserve the whole wide world, okay? And you deserve to give yourself that too. Make sure that you're protecting that beauty within you so that you can continue to pass it on to your children. So I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. Do you disagree with me? Don't show up in my TikTok comments. Just DM me. Send me a message. I want to talk about it with you because I know that this is a little controversial and a lot of Karens get pissed about it. So talk to me directly, say it to my face, and DM me. I'm on socials at Hiking is Hot. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.